listen to this, 4,000 kilometres, 12 hours a day, over 63 days. 20-year-old Chad Aziz has just completed an unbelievable journey, running from Perth to Sydney.
It was a hero's welcome when he crossed the finish line on Wednesday, making history as the youngest person ever to run right across Australia, and it is all for a really good cause.
And he's run straight onto the couch. How are you, Chad?
Good, thanks.
Mate, congratulations. This is insane. It's awesome.
Yeah.
How you feel? How's the body holding up? The
body is, quite sore. I've been limping around, but it feels really good to not need to run an ultramarathon today, so...
Yeah, that must be terrific waking up, right? The first day going, oh, I don't have to do that. What made you want to set off on this challenge? What's it all about?
I just love pushing my body to its limits and just finding out what more I can achieve, because normally you go for a run and you just feel like you get sore, but if you just push beyond that limit, you find out that that limit of pain just stays the same. You just keep going, keep going.
You were running over 60 Ks a day. I don't drive 60 Ks in a week. You're running 60 Ks a day. We know there would have been the highs, right, where you're going, this is great, it feels good. What about the lowest of the lows? Were there times there where you're thinking, I'm out of it, I can't do this?
I never thought that I couldn't do it, because I knew that even if I just covered some distance, I'd eventually make it to Sydney. But there were low points, probably across the Nullarbor, where I had an Achilles injury. And it was so painful. My Achilles was really swollen up, and I was like landing on my heel and trying to like hopping off on my, like not rolling forward onto my toe for almost 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
So at some point there's a doctor saying, don't do this anymore.
Yeah, well, lucky I wasn't talking to a doctor.
So did you run every single day, or were there some days off in that? So just to recap the stats, because they're 4,000 kilometres, 12 hours a day, over 63 days. So does that mean running every single day, or did you have some off days?
No, I did run every single day. The shortest I ran was 27 kilometres, but that was because the day before I decided to do more and I ran 95.
Oh, so 27K was a slow day.
Yeah.
90 odd in one day.
Yeah, which is the furthest I've ever ran.
That is just insane. Really insane.
What was it like when you finished those days? What did you do? Did you have people with you, support crew?
I had a support crew of
What was the end of a 90-day run like when you knew you had to get up the next morning and go again?
Yeah, it's kind of hard logistically, because we have the caravan, which is where we make our dinner and food and everything. So we just need to rush into the caravan. Crew cooks me dinner. I take my supplements and stuff. I edit my video and then get to sleep as soon as possible, because, as you said, 12 hours. I finish like after 7 p.m. and I'm trying to get to bed as early as I can to then get enough sleep.
Extraordinary.
You must have seen some incredible things. What were some of the most memorable things you saw, while covering, that our great expanse, which is Australia, because it's huge.
Yeah, I loved how peaceful it was in the Nullarbor, and then as soon as I hit the Great Australian Bight, it was just so beautiful. I hadn't seen the ocean in so long, so to like look off that cliff and just see the ocean, that was so nice.
Yeah,
inspiring.
You did some of this training, running around the Great Ocean Road, carrying your hammock and your food in your rucksack for 5 days, some of the training. Are you hanging it all up? Are you done with this?
Oh, no.
You're going to run back?
I'm done with the Australia run, but I'll always be thinking of what's next.
What were you when you were running? You had plenty of time to think. What were you thinking would be your next challenge?
Well, I want to do an Ironman, but then I thought, why don't I try to do 10 Ironmans in 10 days? But that's still an idea.
Okay, just an idea.
Sounds a bit easy, though.
So there was a reason that you were doing all this, because we saw the great Ned Brockman do this, right? So now you're the youngest person to ever do it. So it's about raising some money too, isn't it?
Yeah, so I initially had the idea because obviously I love pushing my body to its limits, but then I thought, why don't I do it for a reason as well and raise money for a good cause? And I thought youth mental health, because I'm so young doing this like impressive feat, but I feel lucky enough to have grown up in a nice family in a nice area with the values put onto me of how important sport is and getting outside. So that's what I want to encourage other people to do and inspire other young people to, get outside and, just get some sunlight. And exercise is like so healthy for you, and then it just leads you into a good like young adult life.
So they can get outside without having to run 90 Ks in a day, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, good to know. Okay. Mate, you're amazing. You're incredible. Congratulations. Fantastic stuff.
Good stuff. Rest up, hey? Put your feet up this weekend.
Yeah, I will do.
Okay, good stuff.
Not a doctor, just
just my motherly opinion.